it's Shawnee. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. You haven't seen me in a while. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information as to why. So, y'all know I don't like the videos where it's just about me. But I'm going to tell you anyway. So I just put on some of the Honey Halo moisturizer from Pharmacy. I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Subversive palette. This is Mothership number 3 for my eyeshadow. I probably will be using the Haus Labs foundation, or I am almost done with my, it's the my fourth container of the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm in shade 9. So I may use that. I may use it as a little bit of primer. We'll see. Put that on. Okay. So I'm going to do my eyeshadow first. So, what has happened? I've been in a 3-month fight with health insurance. I'm going in with this Colored Rain. Ooh, Lord, child. Rosé just hopped on the windowsill. Colored Rain, paint-based eyeshadow base in the shade Rope. And I'm just grab a brush to put that on. Okay, so I've applied most of the primer. I've just been using this brush. Wow, this is a Sigma brush. I haven't bought a brush from Sigma in a long time. This is their E55. Just gonna continue blending this out a bit because it does dry down fairly quickly. So where shall I start and where shall I finish? So like I said, like long story medium, I've been fighting with my health insurance company for 3 months. Y'all, because they kept denying prior authorization claims on a medication. Now, the medication is for an autoinflammatory disorder I have. Not autoimmune, it's autoinflammatory. And I've been dealing with it for a while. I usually just like chill when I have a flare-up, home remedies, all of that. It's hella painful, okay? It's just imagine someone like slicing through your body with like very thin, like red hot swords. Just, I can't tell you how much it hurts. And I only have a moderate case, right? So, you know, I've just been, you know, how we like to just push through or whatever. And at some point I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to go to the doctor. I'm going to go to a specialist and I'm going to ask for what my options are. I probably want to go the medication route. So I hadn't been taking anything. So I'm like, how many meds I'm going to take? Anyway, so I went in February. There was just a day where I was at the end of my rope in pain. That's one of the doctor's appointments I scheduled. The other one I will talk about at another time. But 2 things that I should have done a long time ago. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about exactly what it is. I don't know if I've said that or not. But yeah. I'm also going to put a bit of the Danessa Myricks Groundwork. I'm going to put one of these lighter shades as a, just kind of like on top of the primer. I don't know why I just didn't use it as a primer, but here we are. So I go to the doctor. I feel very validated because like there's definitely a long history of mistrust, distrust between people of color, especially Black people, and the medical community. And women, right? It's like women are not heard a lot and our pain is not taken as seriously. So I go in, I have my notes. I said I'm not going to talk a lot about it, and here I am. I have my notes and I'm like, this is going on, you know, like I don't think I was in the midst of a flare, but I'm like, I have pictures, like I have everything. So my doctor agreed and we talked about medication. I think there were 4 options and we went with, let's say, option number 2. So I'm excited. I'm like, oh, praise God. She was like, it might take about 3 to 6 months for you to have any sort of, you know, I don't know. It's not going to make things go away, but like just help, right? Relieve some of the pain. I can't even tell. Y'all, it's super painful. That's all I can say. It's just super painful. Sometimes I like move and I'm like, oh my God. It's just, I can't even, like, yeah. Anyway, So sometimes I'm just too through to like come up here and do a video because I'm just like, I can't move right now. If I move, I will be in pain and I don't want to be. But unfortunately, you can't completely stop your life when you've got stuff going on. So went to the doctor, super cool, quick appointment, very straightforward. And she's like, okay, let's go ahead and submit to your insurance. We need to do a prior authorization for this med. And I'm like, great. I'm like, let's get going. We talked about all of the different meds. We talked about the side effects. Every med is like about to kill you. So we talked about all of that. And I was like, I think this one sounds the best. Let's just go ahead with it. All right. So here's the Subversive palette. And I think I want to use the black. So I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to put that at the outer corner here. Okay, so let's say we put the prior authorization in on like the 14th, 15th. About a week later, I get a message that it's been denied. I'm like, oh, great. Because I was like, this is the one I want to try. I've been looking stuff up. I've been making sure that this fits for me better than the other ones. And I'm like, what? I have good insurance. And I say that because since I technically retired from my previous job, I still get benefits as if I were a state employee. So I had that good insurance, right? I had the best one. You can go to anybody, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, I haven't had a problem before. This is going to be fine. They ain't never denied me in the past. So I was really shocked. I was like, what do you mean? So I called the insurance company and I was like, oh, can you like tell me why this was denied? Because they like to tell you, wait for the letter in the mail. I'm like, I'm going to just call you right now. I'll see the letter later, but why can't I just ask you right now? And I was like, this is the medication that my medical doctor, who has degrees and a specialty, this is what she said I should take. So why is it being denied? They were like, well, have you taken this other one? And I was like, no. We figured out that is contraindicated with other stuff that I'm taking. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, have you tried this other one? And I was like, I have not. Because that is not one that my doctor prescribed. She didn't recommend that one. And they're like, well, you have to try this one. I'm like, okay, bet. Like now I'm like really frustrated because I'm like, wow, I thought this was going to go much quickerly. You know what I mean? And because I haven't had issues with stuff I've had issues with like one medication where they're like, you only get 60 every 75 days. Okay. A daily medication, I get 60 every 75 days. Makes sense to you, I guess. All right. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. Like this other one, we'll just go with it. It's going to be fine. Like we talked about this one. No big deal. So put it in for prior authorization, right? Now, at this time, I'm going back and forth between insurance and doctor's office. And I'm like, insurance is like, no. Call the doctor's office. They're like, oh, we just got the form yesterday or whatever. We'll put this in. Okay, fine. What else? So they put the second one in. Let's say that's med number 2. And in between, I'm calling both agencies. Like, can you give me an update? Especially at times when I was having a flare-up. Because I'm like, seriously, y'all? Like, for real. Like, I'm in pain. Do we not realize this? Like, can you help me out a little bit? Or at least tell me, I was like, am I going to experience this medication at all? Or just let me know, right? So, they did the prior authorization. I log into the little app, denied. I'm like, so the medication, you first denied one and told me I had to try this other one, but it is not a good combination with something else. And then you told me to try this other one and you just denied it. So I'm like, I don't understand. Like, why? So I call, and you know, you're talking to like the folks who are answering the phones and just kind of giving you the information. Like, they legit are struggling to pronounce the medication, which I'm like, it's fine. You're not like medical professionals, right? And then the crazy thing is they'll be like, well, can you tell us, can you confirm what medication was denied? But you see it right on your screen. What you mean I gotta confirm it? I don't understand. Row they. Okay. So we get through that. And they're like, oh, you need a prior authorization. You denied the prior authorization. We sent it in. You denied it. And they're like, well, we haven't gotten anything from your doctor's office. So then I call the doctor's office. And I'm like, they said they haven't gotten anything. And they said in the state... this was the first one. I'm sorry. They said they have to do an appeal. But in the state of Maryland, they can't fax it or email it or anything. They have to call. We have to talk to your doctor directly. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, all right, let's just keep, I have good insurance, right? So I called the doctor's office and I was like, I know that y'all said you faxed something, but they said that you have to call them directly. And this is probably getting boring, so let me just keep on going. So they denied the second one. At this point, I'm just through. I'm just like, I'm in pain. Just give me the drogas. So that was like, I think that was the first panic attack a couple weeks ago, because maybe there was one after the first denial as well. So there was another one after the second denial, because I'm like, I don't know what y'all want me to do. You keep telling me to do things. I do those things and you deny the prior authorization, and then you tell me that my doctor's office has to do this thing, but then you tell me that they have to do it a certain way. I'm just like, you're not a medical professional. So at this time, I'm starting to just get real upset because I know it's not their fault, the folks who are answering. I know it's not their fault because they're just like, well, like, we don't know what to tell you to do, right? This is just what it says on the screen. I'm like, okay, bet, you know? They don't know what to tell me. All right. But by this time, I call them and I'm crying. I'm crying to the insurance company. I'm crying to the doctor's office. And I'm like, I don't know how to impress upon you that I'm in pain. And now I'm just like regretting going to the doctor. So like, what the hell is the point? What's the point? So at that point as well, I think I'm going to go into this shade and probably this one. So at that point, yeah, like, I'm like, why did I even go to the doctor? Like, it took me years to go and it's not working out. So what's the point? Hands thrown up. And I started to think, like, I'm a full-on PhD doctor, right? I'm a full-on doctor and I'm having trouble with this. Not that, you know, I'm like, I'm a doctor, I know everything. Not true, but I'm like, I know things, right? And I'm like, the fact that, you know, I know to call, I know to ask for certain things, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, people who don't know how to do this stuff, what? Like, that is such a disservice to people, because I think what it is, I mean, I'm conspiracy theorizing here, is that they want you to just stop. They don't want you to, they just want you to be like, oh, it was denied, okay. I feel like that's what they want you to do. I don't know who they is, but I have some ideas. But so I'm on the phone with the folks and I was like, you know what? Can you tell me a bit about who makes these decisions? And the person was like, oh, it's like a team of physicians or something. And I was like, okay, are these people who have expertise in this specific disorder? Oh, we don't know. Well, can I talk to them, is what I said. They were like, oh, sorry, no, you can't talk to them. I'm like, so there's a group of people looking at my chart, if they are, deciding that I don't need this medication. The one that my doctor prescribed, I don't need that one. I have to try another one before I try that one. Not to mention the other one has more side effects. Okay, all right. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm gonna keep trying. So once that denial, I'm calling these people all the time, okay? I was like, you know, like you probably see, hey, it's me. I called like yesterday. I was calling all the time. And I would start thinking like maybe I shouldn't call because it's gonna put me in distress. It's just gonna put me in it's gonna put me in distress. So pain and distress, like let me just go with one. So, you know, wait a couple days. I'm like, let's just all take a break. And I'm also calling the doctor's office. They know me. They know first, last, middle initial, address, everything, because I'm calling so often. And initially I was like, you know, this is, you know, let me not bother them. Nah, okay? No, I'm going to bother you. I'm sorry, I'm going to bother you daily. Sorry, not sorry, because give me my meds, right? So I'm doing that for the doctor's office or the insurance. Doctor's office, insurance. Doctor's office, insurance. Doctor's office is like, oh, the person who handles those, Christina, she's out sick. She'll be back next week. Okay, Christina, I'm sorry you sick, but okay, I'll talk to you next week. Me and Christina then start going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I feel like the front desk and Christina, they're not being as sympathetic and empathetic as I would prefer, right? Because I'm calling. I'm crying, both. I'm crying, I'm calling, crying. Just like, please, like, help, you know? And second med that they told me to try, even though it was one I didn't want to try, they deny it, right? And I'm like, okay. So then I'm calling again. Because I was like, yeah. So I'm constantly calling. And they're like, okay, you need to try this other medication. Have you tried this one? No, I haven't tried anything because you won't approve any of them. So how I'm supposed to have tried something? Do you know what I mean? Like it's like this it's a mind-blowing experience. I'm like, I actually cannot understand. I really can't understand what you're saying. So they're like, okay, you need to try this other one. So I called the doctor's office and I'm like, they said I need to try this one. And they're like, okay, this is the one we're going to try. We're going to go ahead and put the prior authorization in. Mind you, we're doing appeals after each one. They are denying the appeals. Deny the meds, deny the appeals. Deny the meds, deny the appeal. In the meantime, I'm getting this other like company, I guess like the pharmacy company, they're calling me and walking me through how the meds work. And I'm like, I don't know why you calling me because I don't have nothing. Okay, so we put the third one in. So we did med 1, denied, appeal denied. Med 2, that they told me to take, denied, appeal denied. Med 3, that they told me to take, denied, appeal denied. So at this point I call again. I think this was on Monday. No, it was Tuesday. Child, when I woke up in just a terrible space. A terrible space. I just woke up in a terrible space. So I call. I looked at I didn't know it was denied yet. I looked at the app and it said denied. So I called and I'm just like sniffling and snuffling and everything. And I was like, can you please tell me why this was denied? And they're like, well, you need to try this one. You denied it. So I told the person on the phone this, and I know she doesn't know what's going on, right? Like, she's not a medical professional. I don't know who the people are that are actually making these decisions. I don't think they're medical professionals either. So I was like, tell me if this makes sense. I was told by y'all to try this other medication, but then you denied the prior authorization. I was like, does that make sense? And she said no. I was like, okay, all right, thank you. Somebody agrees. So I called Christina again. I'm like, Christina, girl, I don't know what else to do. They denied the last one. And she finally, this is Mondays. This is 3 months later. I've been calling for 3 months. I'm just like... I think I'll go in with this shade too. just kind of closer to the inner corner. Just use my finger because I don't have my long nails on right now. So she's like, okay, what we're gonna do is try to go back to the first one. At this point, I have a breakdown because I have a breakdown. Okay, I was just like, I give up. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. In the meantime, I've been texting, like, a couple of friends know, you know, and are as upset, if not more, than I am. We already know Erica was ready to fight. So I have no confidence that anything's gonna work. At this point, I'm like, give me the one that's gonna mess with other meds at this point. Just give it to me and we'll take a chance. That's literally at the point that I was. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm in pain. Just give me something, okay? Give me something. Give me the one that is not gonna do well. So, I think that was Tuesday, right? Wednesday, I get a call from the pharmacy people who are like, did you sign the form that we sent you? I'm like, what form did you send me? They're like, we sent it to you. So I'm rushing going through. I have 1,000,004 email addresses, professional ones, personal ones. I'm going through and I see I signed the form like 2-3 days ago. I don't even remember doing this, okay? I have no, like, I just feel like I was dissociated from the entire situation. So I called the lady back because I was like, okay, I'm going to go sign it right now. I was two minutes away from my house. I'm going to go sign it right now. I called her back and I was like, oh, it looks like I signed it 2 days ago. And they look in their system. They're like, oh, you did. And I was like, listen, this is like the 4th time y'all are calling me. I don't know why you're calling me because I haven't gotten the medication. I was like, it's been 3 months, ma'am, and I don't know what else to do. And she had so much empathy in her voice, and she was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I was like, thank you. Finally, someone is like, okay. I'm just like, I'm at my wit's end by this point. I'm at my wit's end. And somewhere around that, full-on panic attack. Just full-on panic attack. I called Erica. She says hello, and I'm hyperventilating. I don't know how long it took to calm down, but she was like, you know, sit on the floor, do all these things. And then I was trying to explain stuff to her, and I'm just like hiccuping, and like I can't talk, and she's like, just calm down. So I have the full-on breakdown, you know, after the hyperventilating. I swear I'm gonna get to the end of the story. One thing with Pat McGrath, I feel like you are gonna get fallout. I think it's pretty easy to, you know, clean it up, but just, you know, FYI. Tell me if that's been your experience. Because I did that, and I'm gonna go ahead and go back into the Danessa palette, and I want to use like a brown here. So I'm gonna go into Harvest. I'm gonna use the powder. Yeah, I'm just gonna use that. So at this point, I'm just like, I don't think this is gonna happen. So, because the 3 months we've spent doing this could have been the 3 months to see if it actually worked. Because we don't even know if it's gonna work, right? So, I think I noticed that I signed it. I also then call the doctor's office. And I'm like, may I speak to Christina, please? And they're like, she's like not in. She'll call you back. A couple days later, she called me back. So she's like, okay, we're going to try to get a prior authorization for the first one that we tried to get an authorization for. I was like, okay, Chris. All right, girl. Like, okay. And at this point, she was like, I know you've been going through this for a couple of months. Like, I just want you to know I'm really working on it. And I was like, fine. Like, I just felt like I was doing this all by myself. I just felt like the Insurance was running me around. The doctor's office was running me around a little bit. I was like, do I need to go to a different doctor's office and see if they can put it in? But then are they going to think I'm like drug seeking or something? So today I took a nap. I was supposed to go into the office. I was like, I can't go into the office. Let me just see if I can work from home. So I took a nap, and by took a nap, I mean me and Rose took a nap. And I noticed that I have a message on my phone. And I'm like, well, it's from the office, so obviously they're just going to tell me no, right? I listened to the voicemail, and it's Christina, and she said it's been approved. Oh my God, y'all. It's been approved. The first one has been approved. So let me tell you the process. Submit for Med 1, prior authorization, denied. Appeal, denied. You have to try Med 2. Submit for Med 2, denied. Appeal, denied. You have to try this other one before you can even try number 2. Submit, denied. Appeal, denied. Let's go back to the drawing board, because this other one, that's the option. There's 4 options, and this other one you can't use because we don't know what it's going to do to you. We submit again for the first one. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 1, and they approved it. And when I tell you, y'all, this has been the most exhausting experience. And I'm saying that from someone who was so full of herself, believing that she has the best insurance. I pay a lot for insurance. Because when you have your own business, you have to pay for your insurance. So hundreds and hundreds of dollars I'm paying every month. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't understand what. And so G, with his smart ass, he was like, well, why don't you just pay for it? I was like, because my dude, it's like $30,000. How is a medication $30,000? How is it? I don't know. What is happening in all of our systems in terms of medical, government? Like, what is happening? The fact that it took me 3 months to get to the initial medication makes absolutely no sense to me. I cannot understand. I almost want to call and be like, can you walk me through your process? Because you said no and I had to try this one. You said no and then you said I had to try this one before I could try that one that you had told me I had to try after the first one, and then you denied it. Why do I have insurance? Because for 2 years, 3 years, 4, I could have just saved up and bought it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've had any experience like that, but this has been mentally exhausting, physically painful, and mind-boggling. And I'm a little happy, but I'm not, because I'm like, I'm not going to be okay until I have it in my hands. Apparently they're going to deliver it, but you're going to have to be at home when they deliver it. They probably going to want, like a vial of your blood, like part of your toenails, and like a commitment to all of your children being named Bob. Like, I'm just like, so I can't even, I don't know how people do this. I don't know how they expect us to do this, because I feel like I am a pretty capable person, and this took me down. When I tell you I woke up on Tuesday and I was just like, I'm in pain. I can't do this. I just cannot. So a 3-month fight. It's been approved. Let's see what happens next. I'm going to just do the rest of my makeup off camera because I have talked your ear off, and I will be right back. So here's the finished look. I actually did end up using the Haus Labs foundation, and mine is in 480 medium deep neutral. And that is it. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. Thank you for sticking it out. This was probably, a slog through, just like the 3 months I have slogged through with insurance. And if I did not mention, I have United Healthcare. So I would love it if you like the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.